Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.
Where do you come alive? A stadium, lecture hall, a music hall, church potluck? This year, you have a new spot, walkgeorgia.org, a free website that provides you with all the resources needed to get your heart rate up and body out in your community. Sign up and receive individual or group fitness tracking, fitness demos by certified trainers, recipes, and a guide to resources in your Georgia County, all in one easy-to-use site. When you move more, you live more. walkgeorgia.org.
To me, the most important thing about being in the human race isn't winning. It's participating, living life to the fullest, emphasis on living. This is what makes life, life. Yet how much of life are we willing to miss out on? Untreated hearing loss affects our mobility. It increases the risk of falls by 50%. Good hearing health is essential to staying engaged and doing what we love. Hear well and stay vital. Get a hearing health check every year.
Good morning. Thank you for watching. I'm Dina Huff with the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth, if I can talk this morning. And I have my co-worker here with me, Tisha Finn. And some of you may see us out in the community and wonder, what do they do? You know, they're everywhere. They're doing everything, but what are their actual jobs? So we kind of just wanted to give you a quick overview this morning for those of you that may not know what we do here at the Partnership. And I have a little cheat sheet here, so bear with me, and my glasses. We are unique in that we have 159 Family Connection sites in the state of Georgia. We are actually through a state initiative. It's Georgia Family Connection Partnership, and we have ours here in Walton County, and we base our services on the needs of the county. And we are actually about to get ready to start a needs assessment within the next year. We have to do those every so often just to kind of check in with our partners to see what the needs of the county may be. And we set up our programs and services according to the needs of the county. Now, we are quasi-governmental, and what that means is I have an appointed board, and that's who we answer to, and Tish will tell you about how she's set up in just a moment. But we have we work to improve the lives of the families and children in Walton County, and we are an organization. We're a process. We are not an agency. We're not anything else, but we're a process because we're consistently changing each year. And like I said before, depending on the needs of the county, because we have to do an annual plan each year, and we do ask that you attend our collaborative meetings, and I'll get to that later. But your input is critical to what we need to do as a process each year. So some of the things that we do, we have over 250 partners that join us, whether they join us by Zoom, because our collaborative meetings are in person and Zoom. We travel around the community, around the county. We host meetings in Monroe, Social Circle, and Loganville, and we're currently looking for a spot in Loganville. Our collaborative meetings are at 8 a.m., and those are the third Tuesday of every month. And all are invited to come, and we usually have our partners share about events that they may be hosting. And one thing that I would like to point out here is we're all about bridging gaps in services. We're not about duplicating services through the partnership. Just recently, a need was brought to our attention. Not that we didn't know about this, because we do drug and alcohol classes with youth almost monthly. And so a few questions were brought up, and we kind of had a little task force meeting, and we decided we needed to have a lunch and learn. So we invited Monroe PD, and our facilitator, Dr. Tanya Knox, came, and they hosted a lunch and learn to answer some questions for parents, grandparents who have issues with their students, their kids, their grandchildren who may be experiencing with the vapes, the alcoholism. So that is, in a nutshell, what we do. If there's a need in the community and someone comes to us with that need, then we try to put our board together, put a task force together, and come up with a creative idea of how to fulfill that need or bridge that gap in services. So Tish, she is our youth development director, and I'll let her tell you a good bit about what they've been doing, because a lot of our focus this year has been on mental health. And I'll let you tell them when all that started and what you all are doing.
Yes. Hi, thank you, and thank you for having me. One of the things we've been most proud of since COVID is probably our mental health initiatives. Dina and I sometimes joke with each other that the greatest task force there is 24 teenagers. We have a teen board of 24 kids that are from every single school in Walton County, including homeschools and hybrid schools, private, public. And so those kids come together with Dina and I. We have a lot of heart-to-heart conversations with them about what they're concerned about. As a result of that, we did initiate a mental health outreach at Social Circle High School this year, and that was called Look Within Yourself, where we scheduled equine therapists, regular therapists, pet therapists. Dina can help me if I leave something out.
No.
We had some art therapy, basically resilience activities. We did some community resilience model training, which is a training model that's been around for about 25 years. We received some professional certification in therapy in that, so that we could then take that out into the schools in our communities and help kids manage anxiety, their classwork. We did a Rocket Book simulation, which is to help kids with their time management. Social Circle provided journals and agendas to everyone. That's just a little bit of what we do. We're also pretty honored that as a result of that work, we were acknowledged at the Social Circle Board of Ed meeting a couple months ago. We were also invited to participate. I do want to make sure I don't misquote this. So it is the Resilient Northeast Georgia Inform, Inspire, Empower Summit in Jefferson, Georgia. Our kids served on a panel along with kids from all over the state, specifically the region. They had a couple of keynote speakers that were alumni from University of Georgia. We were really honored to have taken part in that as a result of our work. The other thing we do is we try to combine the information that we receive at the collaborative meeting. We have folks who come from hospitals, from DFACs, from law enforcement, from local communities, the theater. So we take that sort of adult information, we combine it with the kid information, and then we use that to do what we can in the community.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, we not only serve the youth, but through Resilient Northeast Georgia, we are able to train our adults on how to deal with mental health issues among our families. Because, as Tish said, COVID really, really harmed a lot of folks, and so they need a lot of help. We
had
need
a
a
couple
lot of help.
counselors that came
Yes.
to the Resilient Northeast Georgia, to the CRM training. We had a couple of counselors
Right.
from local schools who came
Right.
and received that training
Yeah.
alongside our kids.
So we're always willing to put trainings together, to host them, to facilitate any type of trainings that we need to. We have that available to us. We do collaborate with the other counties in Region 5 to host those, or we can host those locally.
In schools.
In the schools.
We go
as
into
well.
school health
Yeah.
classes, and we will help with their mental health unit. We can help with physical health unit. We've done drug and alcohol there. What else? The Joshua's Law driver's ed training thing we've done. really just responding to whatever's needed out there.
Right. So if you're interested in joining our collaborative, or you have ideas for us, you're always welcome to attend our collaborative meetings. Our next meeting will be hosted here at the Board of Ed Annex, and that will be at 8 a.m. on August 15th. And you do not have to sign up for that. Just show up, or if you can't make it in person, then please contact me and I'll send you a Zoom invite. And my direct line is 770-207-3175. And just leave me a message if I'm not here, because we always say if we're at our desk, then we're not doing our jobs. So
right.
We're always out in the community, and that's where you might see us. So as always,
Right.
we just wanted to get some new information out there.
Right.
And I think Tish has one more
do.
event she wants to share.
If I may, I'd love to plug our social media. The kids work so hard on it, and we did just post about your collaborative meeting,
Yep.
including the Zoom link. So
Yep.
we are on Facebook and Instagram. Our Instagram is we are Walton Youth Project. You can find us there. But I do want to tell you, as a result of this mental health thing, we've developed an initiative. It's called Walton WISE. I'll hold this up. WISE is WISE, stands for Wellness, Ingenuity, Science, and Engineering. And the kids came up with this, as Dina knows. It's sort of a flip on the STEM initiatives that everybody's doing, but we wanted to add wellness and ingenuity, which kind of brings it into that mental health part and the resilience part. Well, we are scheduling Parents' Nights Out. This is modeled after some training we received at Georgia Tech in January, part of their seismic program for STEM and wellness. And we are having it here at the Board of Ed Annex. It's from 6 to 9:30. It is on the second Friday of every single month, and that'll be led by a couple of our alumni who are college students, some local professionals. We have a counselor who's going to be here, pet therapist, art teacher, wellness teacher. We are going to do some meal prep. I'm not promising cooking because we're not sure we want to deal with heat, but we are going to let them feed themselves that night. And it should be a really good time. So 6 to 9:30, parents, drop your kids off. We do sibling discounts. Go grab some supper in Monroe and then come on back and get them.
Make sure you come back and pick them up.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much
Well,
for having us.
Thank you, and we will see you next time. And please contact us if you have any questions. Thank you.
All right, so if you don't remember, my name is Jay Connor. I'm the Family and Consumer Science Agent here in Walton County. I'm so excited to announce that we're going to do an estate planning class August the 19th at 8 a.m. here at the Walton County Extension Office. We're going to go over all sorts of important information. We're going to talk about wills, trusts, the probate process, everything you need to know for that type of information. If you have any questions, please give us a phone call. We'll be more than excited to let you know. Thanks, and we'll see you then.
Hey there everybody, this is Michelle Patrick with the Walton County 4-H office. I just wanted to fill you in a little bit on our summer. So we had a very exciting summer with Cloverleaf Camp, we had junior camp, we went to the beach multiple times, we took over 200 4-Hers to these different camps, and now we're rolling into the fall and school season. So actually next month we'll be starting our club meetings in 5th grade classrooms all over Walton County, Social Circle, and Loganville. We're thrilled about that. There's about 1,500 4-Hers that will participate in our program, not to mention all of our clubs. We have archery coming up later on in the fall, and going into the winter. We'll start BB, and then we have our goat club that's ramping up right now. We have our swine club. We'll be going to the fair later in the fall, and we have all sorts of events that we would love for your kids to participate in. So if you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact our office at 770-267-1324. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.
Well, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful and the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We're getting started on some of our fall events. We've got a lot coming up, staying busy here at the center. We have scheduled another document destruction event, so we'll be advertising that one more. We're getting the flyers made now, but we do have a date. We're going to have it here at the Recycling Center Saturday, September 23rd from 10 to 12. It'll be right out here in the cul-de-sac at the Recycling Center. So if you've got any old sensitive documents or anything like that that you want to make sure get taken care of properly, now's a good time to be rounding that stuff up and getting it ready for the event. If you have any questions, give us a call out here, 770-267-1421. We'll answer any questions you have about the event. Again, it's a good time to get rid of those documents, and we get a ton of calls about having the event, so we're happy we were able to get one scheduled, and we're excited about that. We've also scheduled our annual Rivers Alive event for this year. That's going to be Saturday, October 21st. Again, it's a great opportunity for any school clubs, civic organizations, churches, or whatnot to have a volunteer opportunity to do a waterway cleanup. I think I mentioned before that, you know, this was an event to where prior to COVID, we were up well over 300 volunteers, and you know, it's kind of been down since we started back after COVID, so we are kind of reaching out and seeing where we can get more volunteers. We have some areas designated for Rivers Alive cleanup. So again, give us a call. We'd be happy to put you on our mailing list for any updates on Rivers Alive. We'll be needing to get like number of volunteers you have. Everyone that volunteers for Rivers Alive gets a free Rivers Alive t-shirt. We'll need to get those t-shirt orders. So if it is something you're thinking about and would like to do, get in touch with us pretty quickly, because we'll be needing to get all of that stuff in. So those are the two things we have scheduled going forward. We are starting to look at America Recycles Day events. America Recycles Day is November 15th of every year, and we're pretty sure we're going to do a paint event, and we generally do that on the Saturday either before the 15th or right after the 15th. Kind of normally depends on which one's closer to the date of the 15th. So be on the lookout for that. We'll most likely be doing a paint collection event, and we're going to try to tie in another event with the paint collection to kind of get into doing some other things. So be on the lookout for that. Again, we're having a lot of people come in with mattresses here at the center that we're having to turn away. We are taking mattresses here. But what we aren't doing is we're not taking them from businesses. You're not going to be able to pull up here with 20 mattresses on a trailer and get rid of them. This is for residents only, and the mattresses need to be in fair condition. They're going to be getting refurbished and reused, so they can't come in torn apart, soaking wet. The box springs can't be the wood all broken in the box spring. They do have to be in pretty fair condition, or we can't accept them here. So just wanted to give you the heads up on that, so you're not driving all the way out and being told that we can't take the mattresses. Outside of that, like I always do, if you don't know exactly what we do here, but you want to get started recycling, you're looking for a place to take some of your waste that won't fit in the garbage can you have at home, some of the larger items, come out, give us a call, let us tell you about what we do, let us show you what we do. If you're already a recycler, still come out or give us a call and make sure you're recycling all the things you could be. The world of recycling's ever changing. We try to get into any of the new things or more products that we can recycle, and we want to make sure we're recycling absolutely everything we can. So give us a call to make sure you're doing that as well. Again, our number is 770-267-1421. We look forward to hearing from you, and until next time, take care.
Okay, here we have like a Maltese mix. It's a male. He's neutered. He's about 2 years old, and we are calling him Mushroom. And he wants to be camera shy.
This is Otto. He's an 8-month-old Rottweiler mixed puppy. He is a little nervous guy, but once he gets to know you, he's pretty nice for the most part. Come on, buddy.
This is Hunter. He's 1 year old. He's a chocolate lab. He's very hyper. He is vaccinated. He is neutered. Good with kids and good with other dogs.
This is Bagheera. She is a German Shepherd female who's around 5 years old. She was an owner surrendered to us earlier this week. She is a very calm girl. She's gentle, not hyper like your typical Shepherd, and she is ready for a home today.
All right, here we have a male pit. He is about 2 years old. He's got lots of energy. He's not neutered, but he's extremely sweet, and we're calling him Axel.
This is Augustus. He is a 2-year-old hound bulldog mix. He was found on North Sharon Church Road. His hold time is up, so he is available for adoption. He did great with other dogs, and he's been real friendly with everyone. He just wants to find his forever home.
Here we have a pit mix. Her name is Honey. She was an owner surrendered to us. She is already spayed. She is microchipped, and she's probably about 4 years old. Does not like other dogs. So she would need to be the only baby in the house.
Hello Walton County, this is Jody Johnson with another recreation report. Now that school is back in, everyone's getting back into a routine. Still summertime, but our splash pad is now gone to non-peak hours. Usually that happens once Walton County goes back to school, which means we'll be open from 4 o'clock till 6 o'clock every day, except for Mondays, and then on the weekends we're open from 10 until 6 o'clock. We still have some rentals that you can do on the weekends, and we'll keep that schedule up until a couple weeks before Labor Day, and that's usually when people stop, attending. The weather changes, if you're wanting to go out to the splash pad, weekends or afternoons is the best time to do that. We had another good year, a lot of good rentals, so splash pad went very well. All of our fall activities are now started. All our athletics are all playing: baseball, softball, football, cheerleading, soccer, cross country, all those things that started practicing. So if you missed that registration, I do want to let you know when basketball starts, which will be sometime in September. Believe it or not, we're that close to basketball season. I know we're all still watching the Braves, getting ready for the Bulldogs or the Falcons to start playing, and we are too. Our seasons for all of our fall sports will start at the end of August with our games, and all of our practices, like I said, have already started. So we look forward to all that getting started. Our community centers are still open. It's a good place to go. We don't have to worry about these afternoon showers or the extreme heat that makes it difficult to go outside. We do have a lot of people that are walking. Our walking track is now paved in Social Circle around the pond, and then we also have the walking tracks at Felker and at Meridian, so be sure to utilize those. And we have our Frisbee golf course that's now ready to go out at the air splash pad, so we have a lot going on. Our construction for the new pickleball courts out at Crystal Park is going on good, so we hope to see you soon at a park near you. Give us a call and look for registration coming up soon. So, thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Joel Burnstead, and I'm the Walton County Extension Agent in the area of Ag and Natural Resources. Just wanted to say hello today and invite you to come out and visit our new office on Criswell Road at Criswell Park. We have several programs going on throughout the summer. We're about to get ready to kick off our Master Gardener training program for adults. So if you're an adult and you're interested in gardening and want to learn more, we do have a program that will start September 5th. You can call or stop by our office for more information or fill out an application. We also offer soil and water testing services through our office. So with your lawn or garden, soil testing, we recommend doing it at least on an annual basis. And the cost of that test is $10, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Aside from soil testing, we also offer a variety of water tests through the University of Georgia Water Lab. If you live on a well, the CDC recommends having your well tested on an annual basis. And again, we offer a variety of tests, including bacteria, heavy metals, and things of that nature. So we're well equipped to give you more information on that and to have a consult with you if you were interested in those tests. And again, those tests vary according to prices, but we'll be happy to share that information with you. Our 4-H'ers have had a summer full of camps. We have a few more weeks to go and we're wrapping up, but if you have a 5th and 6th grader interested in the 4-H program, we do offer various programs that your child can get involved with. And we would be happy to speak with you on that. We have 3 full-time 4-H staff here at the Walton County office, and you can stop by or give us a call if you or your child would be interested in any of those programs. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this presentation. We are so excited to have Mr. Jerry Larson here today, and he is a retired extension agent with Fort Valley, and he just showed us, as you've seen on the video or going to see on the video, how to prune blueberry bushes. And this orchard we started about 4 or 5 years ago, right, Mr. Larson?
4 years.
And it's a blueberry orchard, an old one, and we actually have pruned them down, and then the money that's raised from blueberry picking goes to support Social Circle Theater. So, Mr. Larson, do you have anything else you want to add?
I would say here locally, if you've got further questions, get in touch with your Walton County Extension agent, and he can put you in touch with the master gardeners that are actually the ones that are doing the work in this orchard. Thank you for the opportunity.
And also, we have a bunch of volunteers today, so we're actually going to do hands-on pruning. So Mr. Larson is going to stay and help us prune. So thank you.
You're welcome. Good. Why we shifted to a late summer pruning. You do want to do it right after the crop is off, then you get the maximum amount of time to make it's your new shoot growth that's going to make most of your berries next year. So you can see now in pruning these, we'll have to cut off some of that growth, but we do have to do it to limit the height a bit. But we'll try to preserve as much of that as we can, but we're also shaping the bush and determining and we're thinning, so we have to take some of that wood out. Yeah, so that's basically in a nutshell what we'll be doing on that. This more in-depth article you can take with you, and hopefully we'll cover most of that too as we show you the method. Why don't we go over to the grafted tree and just look at that briefly before we start working on the blueberry bush. With bushes
gigantic
like we got over there? Okay.
Mine are about 9 years old and never been pruned.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is the time to do, well, that pruning can be done in a year when you have good rainfall and good moisture or irrigation. If you don't have the ability to keep those bushes irrigated until the end of October, then you might consider doing it in the spring. Or you might do some now and some in the spring. Because if everything turns out dry now and say you had to irrigate, that might be a difficulty. Yeah, so maybe do 1/10 of what you got now, and then start doing whatever, I don't know how many. 50 acres. 50 bushes. Okay. Yeah, do 5 or so now. Yeah, I heard the number 50 and I thought, wow. Yeah, 50,
we need minions.
Yeah, 50 bushes are manageable. Right. So, yeah, I would do about 5 now, or at the most 10, and then I would probably wait until middle of March, roughly. You could do it in the middle of February if you want to, but if you want to start middle of February and work toward the end of March, as long as you haven't pruned by the end of March, because growth will start in April. And so we want to take advantage of new growth. We want to get everything pruned.
So when you say adequate water, how much are you talking a week or a month if we get dry?
If it's a large bush like that that's coming back with new growth, probably looking at somewhere around at least 10 gallons per bush per week, and maybe looking at as much as 15 or 20, depending on how hot and how dry it would get.
Now, if we're going to be adding that much water, should we go ahead and fertilize them too, or do we fertilize later on?
You won't have to fertilize the bush if you cut back like that, because as soon as you prune something like that, it stimulates new growth. And so fertilizer won't really add anything to the process, because you have enough root system there to push a lot of new growth for a couple of years. So you probably won't have to fertilize for the first couple of years. But in the third year, you might consider fertilizer, depending on how much terminal growth they make each year. So if they're making normal or above normal growth like these, and these have not been fertilized in 4 years. Yeah. So you're probably looking at least 5 years. If you see the terminal growth go down quite a bit, that tells you that you need nitrogen and so forth. These are all good questions, and if anybody has a bush, like an overgrown one over there, these are the things that I learned by working here. Yeah. So I didn't learn this in regular extension, but since I retired and I do a lot of pruning anyway, I decided, well, I actually did this on the small farm I live in. I live in McDonough, Georgia. That's a little town east of there called Ola, on Highway 81 as you go toward McDonough. But I'm on a small farm. I actually did this same thing in 2018 on my first bush to make sure I wasn't going to kill it, And so I got good regrowth in 2018. And then I had the chance to come here and cooperate with the master gardeners. So I decided it was a good idea. Okay, well, unless there's other general questions on blueberries, we can go to the grafting here. So it's a little diamond studded. It's a diamond studded tool that you can use as your final sharpening on your blade. And you can pass that around. This surface here has small diamond particles in it, and so if you want to just take a look at that, in fact, you were the one that introduced me to that. Yeah, thank you for doing that. Yeah, it's a real good tool for sharpening, and but if you want to start out with a regular file, if you haven't taken care of it in a while and you want to start out with a regular file just to clean it up, you can use one like this. It's got several choices, but there's a lot of stuff that builds up in here, and then there's stuff that builds up over here on this surface. I mean, you can do some initial cleaning, with one like this, when you do your cleaning, you're always kind of doing it, in terms of the flat surface. You can use this to start sharpening here if you want to, if you need to. Probably this blade is in good enough shape just to go with the diamond blade. This is an old Felco. This happens to be a Fiskars here, but they're all good equipment. When you're doing your hand, this blade here as well as that blade, this is a bypass blade, and so there is an anvil type blade too that comes to an abrupt halt right here. This bypass is preferred because you get closer to the bud or the shoot that you're pruning to. But remember, you're just sharpening flat here. Over here, you're beveling. So as you're sharpening, you're actually putting a little bit of an angle on your stone. Let's see, once that tool gets around, I will probably use it just to do a little bit of finishing. But yeah, again, this part of the blade. If you have a workbench, it's much better to be doing this off of a workbench, actually. But you just want to take care of any burrs or anything on the back side just by going flat, and then on this surface here, you will actually this surface here, you'll actually be beveling. And actually, this is the one that will really do the fine sharpening. You can see how I'm taking away some metal right there. But you ought to do this at least before you prune each year. And if you have 50 bushes to prune someday, I do it at the beginning of the pruning day, because it's amazing how many cuts you can make in a day. Just be careful you don't cut yourself now once you're using the tool. As you can see, a lot of the gardeners are here doing pruning to this orchard. Hope you've enjoyed this. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
My name's Eddie Metcalf. I enjoy working in my yard. And, I can't do that anymore because I'm missing most of my lung. They did a CAT scan of my kidneys. No more kidney stones, that's the good news, but we found a spot on your lung. That frankly scared the hell out of me. I hadn't smoked in 22 years. How could this happen to me? He said, well, you know about radon gas. Well, I heard about it. He said, well, the second leading cause of cancer in America is radon. 22,000 people a year die from this. I literally left the doctor's office, got a test kit, put it in the house, and our result was 39.8. The upper limit is 4. We got to get this fixed. That was on a Monday, and on Wednesday, our mitigation system was up and running. Well, I think everybody should have their house tested. We'd never known we'd still be living there. I could get another tumor from it, but right now it's changing my life.
Is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.